They stuck Billy in my head. I got a scar, see? All the stuff that he knew, all the stuff that he could do, I got it all scrambled up inside me.
It's impressive.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of Criminal, which stars Kevin Costner as the criminal? He is a criminal who has the memories of a CIA agent, a dead CIA agent, implanted in his brain, and then somehow gets all mixed up in the CIA agent's complex life and his mission and
his final mission there.
His final mission.
Which turned out to be final.
But also involved with his family, his wife and little daughter. And it all gets rather complex and confusing for this criminal. So what did you think of the movie?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. The story was engrossing. It pulled you right in. How would it be to be one personality and then have another personality implanted into you? I think they tried to explain the scientific.
They're both in the same head.
But here you have another person inside your brain. Now, all of your life you have been essentially a bad guy with no conscience, no emotions. And now you have a good guy's memories, personality, feelings. This guy definitely had the ability to feel emotions and feel compassion for other people.
Unlike the criminal.
Unlike the criminal. A whole new horizon of possibilities. This is what life might be like for some folks. Well, Kevin Costner, our chosen criminal to receive the good guy's memories, and it was not done for his benefit. It was done because they needed the memories stored in the brain of the good guy.
Exactly. As long as he gave them the information that they needed, that's all they needed from him, and they were willing to just,
Well, they were not prepared, I think, for the fact that the bad guy was very violent and was willing to use his violent techniques, his abilities, when he felt threatened, when he felt necessary, that person would erupt every now and then and get himself out of some situation, but he wasn't above hurting or killing, whoever was in the way at that time. It's another story about the values of the few, the worth of a few, and the worth of the many. Here we go again. What do we do when he gets to the place where the good guy's emotions, not just his memories that the CIA folks are after, but the good guy's standards, his emotions, and his feelings for his wife and his daughter, and the life that he had with them, it became
important to him.
Very important to him. Here he was having these feelings he'd never had before in his life. He'd never experienced caring about someone else.
Again, to people he didn't even know.
No, but he did know, because this guy's feelings and emotions were in him. It was a fascinating idea and a fascinating story built around that idea.
Well,
I thought what was good about the movie was the character development. Kevin Costner did a really good job of being the bad guy, good guy mix, and it got so that you could tell through his acting skills which personality was now in charge of whatever he was going to do. It was.
And early on, he sort of fought it, and then later on,
well,
it just sort of went with the flow.
And
Sort of.
you know, he kept feeling his head where they had implanted. You know, they had opened up his skull to implant this other person's memories, and you know, you kind of felt for him. You did feel for him. You know, what? Oh, how? This is not, you know, not feeling good here. I thought they did a really good job of telling the story. It was complicated, but they told it so well that I followed the story. You know, I wasn't confused about who the other good guys and the other bad guys were. You know, that was explained clearly. I enjoyed it thoroughly. What did you think?
Well, I thought it was one of the best we'd seen all year. I was really surprised by it, and
by how good it was.
By how good it was, in all facets, really. I mean, the script was really well done. Again, the acting, it had lots of good actors in it, and you know, some roles bigger than others, but they all did a really good job. Again, the centerpiece of it really is Kevin Costner, and he really does a good job. The direction is really good. Again, but the director does a good job, not just with sort of the action and stuff like that, but a lot of the quieter moments with like him with the family, him by himself going around the city and experiencing things and such. Again, just very, very well done. But again, it's the story is just really fascinating. It just keeps you involved, keeps pulling you along the whole way. I mean, we've said before, you know, how good it is to find a movie where it keeps you guessing all along the way. You don't know what's going to happen, and it's just, you know, surprise after surprise, and you just can't wait to see
what's going to happen next.
Yeah, what's going to happen next, where it's going to take you. And
technically, a technical thing. How much credit do we give to the film editor for his role, his or her role, or their roles in the way the images come to us? I mean,
well,
was that
it's hard to say,
well
it's hard to say. But again, I think the editor did a very good job in this.
That was especially well done, I think, in this film. You know, my technical knowledge is as good as yours.
It's good for you to give the editor a pat on the back.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Right.
But again, in this movie, I think again the kudos go to everybody, because I was again really surprised at how good it was and how interesting it was and how much I liked it. It was really well done.
Well, I hadn't any foreknowledge of the film before we went. I even had to ask the criminal, what is that about? You told me it was starring Kevin Costner. That was all I knew going in. So I was very, very pleased with the film, and the story was very, very well done.
What was your final report card then?
Oh, this is a 2 thumbs up. Definitely go see this film. It is really good. You will be glad that you go.
I think so too. Again,
not perfect, but pretty good.
Not perfect, but again, one of the best ones we've seen so far this year. I thought it was
as far
really
as 2016, I'm sure it's going to make our list of the 10 best.
Well, we'll see. It's only April.
That is true.
It was really good.
It was, yes.